Okay, this video is going to be a brief overview of how to use all the different elements that we're going to cover in this class. Programs, the online digital book, uploading, downloading from Highlander Nation, doing assessments and assignments on Highlander Nation, checking your homework, that sort of thing. Obviously, all this is subject to change. This is a work in progress. We've never run the class quite in this manner before, so we'll modify it as we go. So if there's changes you guys would like to have happen, just let me know. So our Highlander Nation page is going to be very important. So just a basic page, events, so some major reminders of upcoming things, fall finals, etc. So right now we've got the mini class meetings, B, D, and G blocks. I'll be in the computer science lab. Again, we'll also have posted office hours, and I'll put those up on the main, try to remember to put them on the main page each week so you know where I'll be. Important information. This page is not quite done yet, but there will be the syllabus. There will also be the course expectations and a few other documents on this main page. But as a quick summary, this is a college course. 10 hours a week, that's a normal class load of about, the typical gunnery about 4 hours of classroom time per week plus 45 minutes a day of homework. Gets you up to about 7 hours. This is an AP course, a college level course, so it's going to be a lot more than that. Plus you're having to do most of it on your own. So you do need to be able to look up topics. You have a question, Google is your friend. Definitely email me anytime. And for sure I'll have, sort of office lecture hours in the computer science lab each week. But email me if we need to meet outside of those times. We'll see what we can do. Some of the big AP computer science topics. Decision making, essentially, branching, loops, arrays, array lists, strings, etc. And this is this will be modified as we go. Links, sign up for the book, the Java API, all the documentation, and the BlueJ development environment. Other than that, most of our class information per topic is going to be under the topic page. So we have a couple that I've imported from last year. And again, we will modify these as we go to make them a little more user-friendly for a class that's being run without me lecturing. But where you should definitely start, summer assignments. Again, these pages are going to be in different they're going to be, I'm going to change them around. Things will be modified, especially if you find a great video or a great link, let me know. We'll put it on the page. But in general, there's going to be files to download, and there's going to be videos to watch based on the topic. And then the other, probably maybe the most important part is the assignments tab. It's going to look a little different for you guys because I obviously have the grading portion of it. So go to calendar view. Here's how, and again, this is a work in progress. We can change it if needed. But assignments that are graded are going to have a due date. For the most part, I'm going to make these due on Sunday because I will be able to grade them on Sunday. We'll study for the week. And then obviously for me, I can see which ones need to be uploaded. And then I just have to make it due on Monday, but technically this is homework for the week, so this will be for the 12th through the 17th with the assignments due on the 18th, so you can see which ones you've done. This one will say it's due on Monday just so it shows up here in the beginning of the week and not down here at Sunday, so when you're going through, do I have any homework this week? My week is blank because you didn't see that it was down here on the next day. So these will be posted for Monday. And when you look at it, there's going to be some reading to do from the book, pages, or from the Computational Fairy Tales book, or something like that, which those would be what's called a reading response when you have a short assignment to answer about that. There could be a reading quiz. HN is to denote it's on Highlander Nation. An actual quiz, which we'll go to the library to do. Exercises to complete in the digital book, and then programming assignments that will be posted individually. These are assignments that you'll write sort of either by hand or as code and upload them as the instructions indicate. So this will be the summary, and then obviously the individual assignments will show up depending on what they are. So APCS Summer Vocabulary, this is an assessment or a quiz. This one is not timed. Some of them will most likely, a lot of them will most likely be timed. Because one of the hardest things about the AP exam or any AP class really is that you have such a limited amount of time to take the test. And you've got to learn to hammer through these questions rapidly. So when you take a quiz here, they will almost all be timed. They will be timed even shorter than the AP exam is, so that when you go into the AP exam, you're like, all right, I got a little extra time. All right, so that is an assessment. You'll click on it, you'll start it. Please read the directions very carefully. For instance, this one, there is no time limit, so you have the option of stopping it, but you must save it if you want to continue. If you just leave it as is, it's going to report what you've given. Okay. This is an online submission. This is a document that you will upload to Highlander Nation. You'll download the file, upload, edit it, and then re-upload it. And then here's another assignment that has no ability to upload or anything. So you will download the file, work on it, and then upload it to the shared Google Drive. Now, a quick look at the book, Zybooks, and you can go at your own pace. I mean, you can go faster than us if you want to work on stuff. There's nothing that says you can't do things ahead of time. Although I'm not gonna, if you get 2 weeks ahead of our class, I'm not gonna grade 2 weeks ahead because I don't have that kind of time. But reading sections and information. Obviously, something like where it says, what is your answer? You can click through until you get the right answer, but you're not really going to learn anything. Again, this is an online class. This requires some independent learning, so take this sort of thing seriously. You're only hurting yourself. You get a bad grade on the AP exam. Yeah, I mean, it's annoying because it looks kind of bad for me, but I'm not the one that's trying to get into college. So take ownership of this and actually try to learn it. So don't just cheat and be like, oh, I'll just click through until I get the right answer. Read, watch the examples, follow them along, and then answer the questions. These are graded. These assignments are going to be graded, and you will get a grade. Now, obviously, assignments like this, you have the option of changing your answer. So, for someone where it's a problem or an actual program you're going to write, you have the option of solving it before making sure it works before you finally submit it for grading. But it's going to have something to read, and then an example. And the nice thing about this book is that the examples are interactive. You can run it, you can watch variables change, you can watch what the computer is going to be doing. It's going to give you, so it's so much better than just trying to read the book on your own. And you can answer the questions. First, program. So here you also have the start, and it will show you one step at a time, show you what your variables are, and then it's going to pause. And then when you've read everything, you can then click through at your own pace. So salary is, and then obviously this method is going to stop. It just says print salary and then semicolon stop. And then take the wage value, multiply by 40 times 50. And it's going to explain what is going on. Okay. And then again, another program that you can run. And it's going to walk you through how to do everything. Okay. So that is the Zybooks. And there are assignments to do at the end or in the middle of a chapter. And you will need to complete those, and you will get graded on those. So, for instance, if you see on an assignment where it says Zybooks, that means you need to complete exercises 1.12 through 1.16.